Hey guys, Don's Pigeons here again. I'm going to show you something I'm making. I'm making me a wood feeder from a bunch of scrap wood I got. Got a partial wooden skid here, and as you can see, my scrap wood hoard. Anytime I see some skids or pallets or whatever they're throwing out, and I always get them and set them aside, and I make all kinds of neat little things with them, and they come handy. Right now I'm making a wood feeder, and scrap wood, and using oak, plywood, just scrap wood from my feeder that I got from pallets. But when it's complete, it's going to have the same thing as this right here on each side. And this one here is just suited for my rollers. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to have this drilled up in here, and then it's going to just spin loosely. I'm going to drill a hole in there and screw it in, and when the birds get on top of this, it'll spin around. That way they can't crap in their food. But this is just a short little experiment, and it's just for my little rollers right now. I don't have that many. And we'll see how it turns out. And if it turns out, you can make it any size you want, bigger or whatever. So I'll show you when it's complete. Okay. Since I got the framework already made out for this thing, what I'm gonna do, I got this skid I cut in half or in part, and I made sure that the dimensions is the same width. I'm going to place it on top. I look at the boards and see, I don't want to use something like that. It's got a crack, or that one there. Then it's got a started one right there. So what I'm going to do is put it in the middle. And this way, put it in the middle, I'll get a good piece of wood out of it. And let's see here. We'll mark it right about here. I'm using this frame as a template. Okay. And I'll show you when I get it completed here. Okay, I got it together. Just want to show you what I did also. Once it was complete, I pre-drilled the small holes on the bottom. And the reason I did that, because if you're not careful, especially pine and oak, you just drive a nail in it, it'll crack sometimes. So I just pre-drilled some holes just on the bottom plate, and then I hammered it to the sides. So now I also measured the ends where the roll is going to be, my roll stick, and it's very important that you get the exact measurements from the top to the center there, because if you don't, it won't roll correctly, you know, once the birds land on it. But what I did is I got me a stick here, broom handle, and I stuck it on there like so. Let me see if I can do this. And once I do that, you get the right measurements from the inside. Just want to have like maybe a quarter of an inch away from the edge. That way it won't stick once it rolls, once the birds get on top. So already pre-measured it, and what I'm going to do is get ready to cut it. But on this scrap wood, what I've been using is just a regular circular saw, and you can use what you want, but circular saw works. And I usually just get to chop these pieces off. Then I go over here, and it's very important if you got one of these miter saws, because if you do, you can get some straight cuts like so. Okay. And it's hard to do with one hand, so I'll have to get back with you on this one. Alright. Finally complete. As you can see, I got my little spool up here for when the birds try to get up here and perch. They can't get their balance because it's too loose. It's very important that you get the right measurements on top, because if you don't, it won't spin right. And this right here, you get a little gap in there. helps it spin pretty good. So, alright, quick and easy, cheap pigeon feeder. And all I gotta do is throw some paint on it, and it's good as the ones you buy. It serves its purpose. Now, like I said, this is a small one. You can make them any size you want, depending on the scrap lumber you got. Alright. Okay. Thanks for looking.